Magandang araw mga kaibigan. Bigyan natin ng opinion, reaction ngayon itong post ng Manila Standard 16 minutes ago. Just in. The Supreme Court in Bank required on Tuesday, August 5, petitioners, Vice President Sara Duterte and Attorney Israelito P. Torion et al. To comment on the motion for reconsideration filed by the House of Representatives. They were given non-extendable period of 10 days from notice. Okay, so to me, this is good news. Kasi kahapon lang ipinail ng House of Representatives yung motion for reconsideration. Kaagad-agad umaksyon na ang Korte Suprema. So, this is a good development para hindi natatagal ang anong tawag dito? Yung paghihintay ba kung ano ba ang mangyayari kasi umiinit na po ang talakayan, bangayan, kung ano-ano na lang dyan. So, salamat po sa mga mahistrado ng Korte Suprema na inaksyonan kagad of 10 days. I don't know kung kailan yung 10 days. Basta next week, expected na yan. Makakasubmit na ng comment ang grupo ni Atty. Torion at kampo ni VP Sara at magdidesisyon na po ang Supreme Court. So, ano ang i-expect natin dito sa anong i-expect natin na desisyon ng Supreme Court? Ano sa tingin nyo? May pag-asa pa ba na babaliktad ang Korte Suprema sa kanyang desisyon? Ito may vlog dito ni Attorney, sino na ba itong kwan ito? Yung magaling na abogado. Supreme Court, pwede pa magbago ang desisyon. Pakinggan natin ito nakikinig ako palagi sa kanya. Ang ganda yung mga paliwanag niya. Kung si Senator Marcolita pa ang
Usapan natin yung most recent development po sa case ni Vice President Sara Duterte, yung Duterte po versus House of Representatives, kung saan nanalo po si VP Sara with a unanimous...
Attorney Neil pala. Attorney Neil ang pangalan niya. Pinadala sa akin ito ni Yodora. Salamat Yodora at Chris Torres sa palagi niyong pagpapadala sa akin ng mga post, videos, and articles.
Decision 13-0 po, kung saan dineclare ng Supreme Court as unconstitutional yung 4th Articles of Impeachment. So yun po yung last na nangyari. And ngayon po, yung latest development is the House of Representatives has filed a motion for reconsideration despite po that unanimous decision. Okay? So yung magiging discussion ko po for tonight will be based lang po dito sa statement ni Speaker Martin Romualdez kasi currently po hindi pa available yung full text ng MR nila. Wala pa po sa Supreme Court website, and yung mga nakikita ko lang po sa news article is yung title lang, yung header, and then yung prayer lang. But yung prayer naman po nila was more or less covered din naman po dito ni Speaker Martin Romualdez. Okay? So yan po yung magiging discussion natin for tonight. So kung mag-enjoy po kayo sa video na to, huwag niyo po sana kalimutan, i-like po mismo yung video, and of course po mag-follow or subscribe din sa channel ko para po updated kayo kung may bago tayong upload. Okay? So unang-una po, i-discuss natin yung first issue natin.
It is an act of duty. We do not challenge the authority of the court. We seek only to preserve the rightful role of the House, the voice of the people, in the process of accountability. Let us be clear. The Constitution says the House of Representatives shall have the exclusive power to initiate all cases of impeachment. That power is not shared, not subject to pre-approval, and not conditional. Yet, in GR number 278353, the Supreme Court ruled otherwise, based on a misreading of facts and a retroactive imposition of the new rules. On February 5, 2025, the House transmitted the 4th impeachment complaint, filed and signed by 215 members, to the Senate. Only after this transmittal did we archive the earlier 3 complaints. The sequence matters. It proves there was only one valid initiation, not 4.
So So doon po wala namang question dyan kasi hindi naman yan kinukuha ng Supreme Court sa kanila, diba? Yung ginawa lang po ng Supreme Court dito was that they exercise what we call the power of judicial review. And like what I've already explained before, that power po is absolute, diba? So ipakita ko lang po ulit sa inyo para klaro talaga tayo. So kung makita po nyo Article 8 Judicial Department Section 1 sa paragraph 2 po yan, judicial power includes the duty of the courts of justice to settle actual controversies involving rights which are legally demandable and enforceable and to determine whether or not there has been grave abuse of discretion amounting to lack or excess of jurisdiction on the part of any branch or instrumentality of the government. So like what I've also explained before, kung makita po nyo, yung power of judicial review of the Supreme Court is absolute considering that ang nakalagay po sa Constitution mismo on the part of any branch or instrumentality of the government, subject only to the requirement po na dapat may grabing pang-aabuso ng discretion or kapangyarihan yung government office na yon. So kung meron pong grave abuse of discretion, pwede po mag-step in yung Supreme Court para interpret kung ano talaga yung proper application ng Constitution, ng batas natin, dun po sa kaso or sa situation na pinag-uusapan, di ba? So yun po yung ginawa ng Supreme Court dito. They interpreted that there was grave abuse of discretion ng Congress kasi po tinulugan ng Congress yung first 3 impeachment complaints. Okay, so i-explain ko na lang din po yung sinasabi kasi nila Speaker Martin dito is that nag-overstep daw yung Supreme Court by reviewing the decision or the actions of the House of Representatives in relation to initiation of impeachment complaint. Okay? So kung i-apply po natin yung ganong explanation dito ni Speaker Martin, again with respect to him, it will lead to an absurd situation po. Okay? So ito po, bigyan ko kayo ng example para mas maintindihan po ninyo. So ito po, let's start with the side of Congress. Kung yung Congress po gumawa ng unconstitutional na batas, ibig sabihin pala nun ngayon hindi na pwede yung reviewin ng Supreme Court because again the power to legislate po is specifically given to Congress, diba? Section 1 parang ganun po kasi yung logic ng explanation dito eh. So pag ganyan, again, hindi po yan ganun kasi Article 8, Paragraph 2, pwede nga reviewin ng Supreme Court as long as there is grave abuse of discretion. So similar din po yun sa initiation of impeachment proceedings. If there is grave abuse of discretion, since absolute hindi po accepted ng impeachment proceedings naman like what I showed you earlier, therefore pwede i-exercise yung power of judicial review in relation to impeachment proceedings. Okay? Tapos ito po, bigyan ko pa kayo ng isang example sa executive naman. So diba yung Congress gagawa ng batas? So for discussion purposes, para po mas madali, sabihin na lang natin na yung batas na inanak po ng Congress is dumiretso lang yung executive branch pag i-implement nila yung batas. E paano ngayon pag biglang ginawa ng executive, lumiko sila sa left instead na dumiretso? Ang question dyan ngayon, hindi na naman yun pwede i-reviewin ng Supreme Court because again, the power to implement laws to enforce the executive power is constitutionally given to the executive branch. So ibig sabihin, hindi rin po pala yun pwede reviewin ng Supreme Court. Again, hindi po yun ganun because the power of judicial review is still absolute provided na there is grave abuse of discretion. So ganun po yun. Doon sa example ko, yung executive, meron silang grave abuse of discretion kasi lumiko sila sa left, yung sabi ng batas, diretso lang dapat. Okay, parang ganun din po yan. Ang nangyari po dito sa case na to, ang sabi ng Constitution, there should only be one initiated impeachment complaint within a period of 1 year. Unfortunately, they initiated 4 impeachment complaints kaya nagkaroon ng grave abuse of discretion. So, okay, so i-explain ko na lang din po yung setup talaga ng internal rules ng House of Representatives ngayon.
Starting from January 2025.
So napakaklaro, no? Mayroong kapangyarihan ang Supreme Court, yung judicial review. Hindi yung kuwan ng speaker na pinapakialaman daw sila ng Supreme Court. Nag-overreach daw. So, salamat sa paliwanag nito ni Attorney Nel Labayon. At tingnan natin kung basta next week o 2 weeks from now, sana may decision na para ma-stop na once and for all. Kung ano man ang decision ng Korte Suprema, dapat tatalima tayo dito. Okay, salamat mga kaibigan sa inyong pagsubaybay sa ating channel. Nakakatulong kayo ng malaki sa tribong Talandig ng Bukidnon dahil ang sweldo natin pantulong sa tribo. Namimigay tayo ng mga yero at pako para makapagpatayo naman ng mas maayos na tirahan ang tribong Talandig. Panoorin yung video na ito.
Karon mag-atok na gyud sa balay ni Ante. So lipay kayo ang nagtabang sa iyaha na makabalay na si Ante. Kay balo si Ante, gitabangan ra siya. Kabalay na gid si ante.
Sandayon nyo dak dit.
Kali mo man ni. Ada